if you're a longtime listener, you've heard me talk about Warren Buffett, who talks about accounting is the language of business. And like, nothing's changed. Actually, nothing's changed. So, profit first didn't take over as the new language of business. Accounting is still the language of business. And we still all need financial statements in order to file our taxes, get a loan, manage our cash, pay ourselves, talk to the IRS, right? Like we still have to have all the back to basics. And so we are going to continue practice patience and stay with the basics. All right. Welcome back, everybody. Happy Monday. Victoria, thank you so much for coming on with me today.
Yeah, absolutely. What a great way to start the week.
Right? I called Victoria this morning and I said, I think that we need to make this every Monday practice. So we are going to commit to, let's say, 4 weeks for now. We'll reevaluate 4 weeks, but for the next 4 weeks, we're going to commit to coming on every week and chatting about podcasts and all the fun stuff that is coming to our minds this week.
Yeah, I feel like this is something that we do internally. So it's like kind of like our live stream of our normal like Monday conversation.
This is true. Yeah. I think that actually is a good point. So I have been posting on Instagram the kind of what's up today CEO series and sharing some of the metrics and whatnot that we use internally. That's a really good example of that we meet every Monday. It sets our week off on the right foot. We have a KPI meeting and we meet with our account managers so that we can get everything in line so that we can have a really strong week. It's almost our project plan for the week.
Since we started doing that, I feel like everyone has just had clarity around what they're supposed to be doing, what their team needs to do. So, clear is kind. And, we've already said that like 3 or 4 times today, but it just gets everything off to a strong start because you can't have a strong finish if you don't have a strong start.
Yes. And so this is not just for us in operations. This is for kind of our whole team. So our account manager team is all of our account managers get together every Monday to talk about the status of all of our financial statements, what clients have gone out, which clients haven't gone out, and a status update as to why. So every time I'm on a live, I want to shout out, like, if you are a client and you have not gotten a financial statement, we are probably waiting on you. Check your email. So we're having those conversations every week as kind of a status update. And then we do an issues, opportunities, an opportunity for all of our account managers to be heard every single week and just an open floor. And then as an operations team, that's where we have other key performance indicators where we're looking at what is our revenue, what's our cash, new clients, any accounts receivable. So people who owe us money who might have become an issue. So that's our way of really starting the week very clear on what exactly we need to do this week and where we need to put our attention. Anything I missed out on?
It's also an opportunity for us to really focus on connection as a fully virtual team. There's always going to be a little bit of isolation, but I feel like we've done a really good job of mitigating that as much as we can. And so we take the first, I don't know, maybe 5 minutes of that meeting, not even 5 minutes sometimes. Danielle has these cool little cards.
Best self, icebreaker, deeper talk. Yeah,
conversation starters. So we always do one of those. And we just get to know each other a little bit. And so just like a little reminder to take a step back. Your team, there are people, everyone on your team has, experiences that they've lived through. And sometimes going and talking about, something completely not work related is just such a great opportunity to build relationships with each other.
Yeah, good point. All right. I wanted to touch on the podcast because we had spent a lot of time this summer really focusing on mindset. We recently launched our Money Mindset Mastery program, where it is a program where we are working through how we came into the business with. We all have a money mindset, right? Like we've carried in all these stories from childhood, stories that we've heard from our parents, our neighbors, maybe even, multi-generational. And so we've brought all of this into entrepreneurship, and we've seen so many of our clients who struggled with overspending, not spending enough, scared to reinvest in their business, scared to take owner's draws, scared to pay themselves, and just this overall anxiety feeling around financial statements. So even when they have really clean bookkeeping and they're getting their financial statements, it's heartbreaking that they still feel this anxiety around that. So we did launch our course, Money Mindset Mastery, to help our, not just clients, really anybody can take this. I asked my daughter recently to go through it. So she's going to be going through it over the next few weeks and giving her feedback. We've spent a lot of time talking about money mindset and what goes into that. So something different that you don't always hear us talking about here at Kickstart, but I think it's been really fun to spend the summer talking about it.
Yeah, I feel like we can focus a lot on the numbers. That's what accountants do.
Yes.
But it's nice to focus on the soft stuff and really kind of dig into the reason why that is one of our core values, is to focus on why. So this has really, I think, opened up my eyes. A lot of the team, we had the team go through the Money Mindset Mastery. And I feel like it's been an eye-opening experience for a lot of us.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear more of the team's feedback and revelations, because let's face it, even as accountants, we have a money mindset story too. And we're working with so many of our clients so intimately that we really see it and touch it on a very regular basis. So we've shifted gears again. So last week on the podcast, we talked about what to do when your business is losing money. I think I've noticed over the last 9 years that summer can be a really difficult time for business owners. And some people can really embrace that slow season and, take vacations, spend time with their family. Like they know and understand. And so they project plan for that. They build up a cash reserve and take care of themselves. But for newer business owners who don't know what their seasonality is, they can be really taken aback when they see a few months where they're not profitable. And it can be a really, really scary thing.
Yeah, I think definitely for new business owners, but also those people with the money mindset issues, the people that have a hard time spending, when they see that little dip, whether they're fully going into the red or they're just, not as profitable as they normally are, it can kind of just put in this panic mode and this fear and scarcity mindset. So, it still goes back to money mindset a little bit. And I love that you brought that into the podcast episode.
Well, I've learned it all goes back to money mindset, which I'm laughing every time I say that, because when I started the business 9 years ago, I would have never thought that I would be the one saying that. Whenever I heard that, I was like, guys, it's data, it's numbers, make a decision, move on. But that's just not the way it works in entrepreneurship. Maybe back in my corporate days, I could get away with that, but not around here, not entrepreneurship. Have you ever heard yourself saying, I'm not a numbers person? How about, I've never been good with money, so why even bother trying? And this is one of my favorites. My parents, my family, they weren't good with money, and now I don't know how to manage my own money. I want you to imagine what it would feel like to overcome the imposter syndrome and financial insecurities as a female founder. Kickstart Accounting Inc.'s Money Mindset Mastery program offers a transformative 7-step approach to understanding and mastering your money mindset. Learn to heal your relationship with money. Get a grip on the stories you're telling yourself. Find the practical tools to get off the emotional spending roller coaster and gain confidence in spending in your business. You'll benefit from the perfected reflection strategies for personal growth and self-awareness, access to valuable resources and mentorship, and the opportunity to join an influential community. Take control of your finances and life right now. Go to kickstartaccountinginc.com/courses to learn more about the Money Mindset Mastery program. I cannot wait to work with you and help you finally master your money mindset. But it was really fun talking about our framework. So we have a very specific framework that we use with our clients. So anybody who is operating in the red or losing money, we are in the background are going through this framework and then having these conversations with our clients so that they are fully supported, celebrated, and encouraged during that time. And so this was an opportunity to kind of peek behind the scenes and be able to use some of those strategies that we use with our clients in your own business if you are not currently a client.
I like using the word embrace. We want to fully embrace our clients, and we want our clients to fully embrace their business. So being able to embrace even the slow times and learn how to take advantage of it. Like you said earlier, being able to go on vacation or take some time off, spend the summer with their kids. And maybe summer isn't your slow time. So it might look a little different depending on your business, your industry, and the trends there. I know it tends to be really busy for some industries around the holidays, but other industries it's not. So being able to focus on spending Christmas or Hanukkah or New Year's or whatever you celebrate with your family.
And what do you need to do to feel prepared during that time? Having those cash reserves built out is really going to help us be able to enjoy that time and not freaking out. How am I going to make payroll? How am I going to pay myself? How am I going to pay for all these gifts under the tree or whatever your holiday might be? So really, really fun and really impactful and empowering to be able to go through that step by step framework that you can put into place in your business. So I always say our podcast, I think, is really unique in that I never record without making sure that there are action steps that somebody can take at the end of the episode. Like, it is so important for us to be able to take action and not have all the fluff with like, okay, I understand that's the concept. What the hell do I do with it?
Yeah, I think that's something that again, it's the focus on why, and that being in the back of our minds with everything that we do, because that's also how we designed our courses. Nothing that we ever want to give anybody is just us talking. We never want to just like load your head full of all of these ideas and you walk away wondering, how the heck am I supposed to actually implement this? So the courses, the podcast, everything that we're doing, we have those action steps and the actionable items that you can walk away and feel confident and really kind of embrace the journey.
So this week on the podcast, talking about S Corps, which can be a very boring topic, but I promise we keep it fun. Kelsey on the show. And this is really important, right? Because this is how business owners get paid. Not everybody understands the difference between owner's draw and salary. Should I become an S Corp? When should I become an S Corp? Now that I am an S Corp, what rules do I have to follow? I recently heard a client tell me that it was like a brand new client coming in for onboarding. And she said, yeah, my tax accountant just sent in all the forms for me and didn't tell me that there was anything else I needed to do differently. And so this poor woman has been taking draws all year and didn't understand that there was anything that she needed to do differently. So she commingled expenses. She didn't have clean bookkeeping. She didn't take a reasonable salary. So we have a lot of catch-up work to do on this back half of the year. So if your tax accountant suggested that you become an S Corp or sent in the paperwork on your behalf, but didn't give you any further instructions, there is more that needs to be done. So tune into that episode so you know exactly what needs to be done.
Yeah, there's nothing that will just like make my heart sink more than hearing that. I don't want to like talk bad about tax accountants, but they should never advise you to do something without explaining why and explaining the next steps. Yeah. So if that is something that you're struggling with, please, if you're a Kickstarter client, let your bookkeeping team know. We can hook you up. If you're not a client, we can still hook you up. So
yeah, we can help you. If you need any support, go to kickstarteraccountinginc.com. There's a button, book a call. Come book a call. You'll talk to Aubrey, Kelsey, myself. We'll make sure that we walk you through this step. So if you listen to this podcast and there was red flags all over the place, just go book a call. During onboarding, Aubrey will walk you through every step of the way. We've been doing a lot of work on our onboarding process. So I know that you'll be fully supported as you go through that, and we'll help you navigate the S Corp issues that come up. So go entrepreneur money stories. I don't feel like we've talked about this enough. We just kind of did it. And then I know we do this. We got really excited internally to create this YouTube channel. Victoria and I actually personally did a lot of the branding on YouTube. And we were so excited and we started throwing up episodes up there, but I don't think we actually ever talk about the fact that if you are a more visual person or you like YouTube, that the episodes are now there.
Yeah, I throw it up on Instagram stories sometimes. So I do like to shout out the YouTube channel because I personally love watching podcasts rather than just listening. It gives me something to like visually focus on. So I feel like I retain the information better. But yeah, it's super exciting. I know we were like, this is so kind of lame of us, but it's like, it just shows that no matter how big or small your business is, you can still celebrate the little wins. And we hit 23 subscribers on YouTube.
That is super exciting.
And we fully had a celebration about it. So even though those small little wins, I mean, we're still doing them too.
Yeah. Well, it's a new venture for us. So we're over 2 years in on the podcast. I don't remember what number podcast, I think close to 120 now. The YouTube is something very new. We just did it over the last 2 months. So it's starting all over again. And I think so the one thing that we said we wanted to make sure we touched on today was patience. And my dad, when he listens to this, he is going to get the biggest crack out of the title, Patience is a Virtue. I have literally been hearing this from my father. I mean, since I could talk, really. So I am trying to have patience around the YouTube channel, and I will. We will continue to put all of our episodes up there. I'm excited to be able to screen share a little bit. A lot of times when we're doing a more detailed episode, we're going to have a whole series on back to basics, how to read an income statement, balance sheet, cash flow statement, because we get a lot of questions around that. So I always want to say, like, look here in the podcast, and I can't. And so I'm excited to be able to share a screen with everybody and be able to walk through that.
Yeah, I'm really excited with all of the opportunities that we have with YouTube. I feel like it's just really opened a door. So go subscribe, be our 24th subscriber on YouTube.
Yes,
maybe once we hit like 100 subscribers, maybe we can do like a giveaway or something.
For sure. Well, if we have enough people who listen to this, and you guys can all go subscribe, we can get there sooner than later, and let's do something big. Not just like waive a setup fee, like big.
Yeah. So more to come. That's us being impatient again, trying to get there in subscribers. So this live is dedicated to Ron, but once he gets to this point, he's going to be like, they're still impatient.
Yeah. But I think we're practicing patience in a lot of areas of the business. So we launched 3 courses. However, we launched the Money Mindset Mastery program to clients first this summer. And we just recently started our first set of ads. We're working with a company called DFY. Shout out to Jason. Him and his team have been incredible to work with. We've never ran ads for this company ever in 9 years.
The whole course creation experience has been a test of patience because there's so much that goes into it. And I mean, from the time that I don't even want to say came up with the idea, because this is something that you've been talking about since I started working with Kickstart over 2 years ago. So This has definitely been a test of patience. But it's also the most insanely gratifying thing to see it come to fruition. And now it's like another waiting game to have the ads roll out. And, nothing is instantaneous. And usually the things that are instantaneous aren't worth, waiting for or working for.
The reminder.
So we are testing our patience once again now, getting this out there to people, because it's not only like, yes, we have a lot of clients that are course creators, like it is a way to make money, but that's like, we're so proud of these products and we want them out there for people. We want, like, our goal at the end of the day is to help business owners, especially women business owners. And that's what these courses were created to do for every stage of business. So we just want them out there.
Yeah. Making a difference. Yeah. This was such a passion project and another opportunity to make an impact, because we watch so many of our clients struggling with the same thing. We've gotten so many of the same questions over and over again. So there's Money Mindset Mastery, and you can go and find out your money personality type. I love a good quiz. I think it was really fun to take that quiz. We should really make sure that everybody on the team takes that as well.
Yeah.
That'll be fun. So if you want to find out what your money personality type is, we'll drop that link in the comments here. Today's show is brought to you by Kickstart Accounting Inc. Are you ready to take control of your finances and pave the way to sustainable profit? Look no further than Kickstart Accounting Inc., your trusted bookkeeping service since 2015. They've worked with thousands of other business owners, so they understand your unique needs. What really actually sets them apart, though, is that they're entrepreneurs themselves, dedicated to entrepreneurs like you. Kickstart Accounting Inc.'s strategic framework empowers you every step of the way. They will start with their safe and secure onboarding process, use their magic to set up QuickBooks, and provide you with their easy-to-read financial snapshot. Don't forget, you'll have a dedicated team to ensure that your financials are accurate and on time. Don't let bookkeeping overwhelm you. Trust the Kickstart Accounting Inc. team today. Visit kickstartaccountinginc.com to book your discovery call and get started. And then we have finance framework. And so one thing that was really difficult for me to hear over the years is that every business owner, regardless of your size, needs to have this information, needs to have access to this information. However, not everybody can afford our services yet. And so finance framework was a way for us to be able to help the people who couldn't afford bookkeeping services yet at this point. And so finance framework is a way for them to be able to go and get support and access to that information. And then strategic framework, it is the 1% profitability toolbox. And in that course, we walk through all of these steps and strategies that I've learned through the years. So this is actually not something that all of our clients receive. This is kind of next level from what we're giving our clients in their current snapshots, because we're getting the questions: how do I become more profitable? How do I do more? How do I make changes? And so we really wanted to give access to all of our clients to this information so that they have access to make a difference in their business and continue to grow towards profitability.
Yeah, I love that we made all of these courses and really designed everything for people if they're, not able to have bookkeeping, all the way until, I've had bookkeeping for a while, what's next? So that you are always feeling supported. And at the end of the day, it also helps build your independence as a business owner. So you're not, investing tons of money to these other people. Like, yes, you need your money team. I'm not saying this does not replace your bookkeeper at all. This is not to teach you how to do DIY bookkeeping. That's like the last thing that we would advise you to do. But it helps you grow, and so that you're more confident, you're more comfortable, you're not avoiding our emails, you're embracing and reading your snapshot. You feel like you can just open up your financial statements and embrace them rather than, panicking if you see a little bit of red or, all of these things. It really can help you no matter what stage you're at.
Yeah, the goal is to do more with it. Absolutely. So we are practicing patience. That is our theme for the year has been back to basics. And we will share more about that story when we do our back to basics series on the podcast. But I think with back to basics is patience, because the basics work. I have never been one to preach the next marketing gimmicky scheme. This isn't profit first. This isn't the next new way of doing things. There is a very basic, tried and true way of doing things. If you're a longtime listener, you've heard me talk about Warren Buffett, who talks about accounting is the language of business, and nothing's changed. Actually, nothing's changed. So, profit first didn't take over as the new language of business. Accounting is still the language of business, and we still all need financial statements in order to file our taxes, get a loan, manage our cash, pay ourselves, talk to the IRS, right? We still have to have all the back to basics. And so we are going to continue practice patience and stay with the basics.
Yeah, there's a reason why the basics are the basics. They're tried and true. And you never want to get lost in the next best thing. Shiny object syndrome is definitely something that I think everybody struggles with, especially in this like social media world. So that has been a test of patience this year too, is just like getting down to the root of it, back to basics, and not trying to move on to the next best thing.
Yeah. Yeah. We will not be moving on. So there will be no new courses coming. Yeah. Timestamp this. There is nothing new coming. There's new podcast episodes. We'll stay consistent, coming on lives. I'm going to continue my CEO series, sharing our lessons each week on Instagram. So we will be consistent in everything that we're doing. We will be consistent, but no additional shiny objects. Just patience and consistency.
Yes, I'm gonna get a snippet of this.
Yeah, I know, right?
To send you when you come up with your next best idea. But yes, that is the goal. We're finishing the year strong because we started the year out strong, going back to basics.
Yes. All right, Victoria, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Again, go Entrepreneur Money Stories, subscribe on YouTube. And if that's not your preference, obviously we're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. So go like and subscribe. Check out last week's episode on what to do when you're losing money. This week's episode on all things S Corp, how to get paid as a business owner. If you need help, I want to invite you. We are accepting new clients right now. We do take limited availability each month on the number of new clients, but we have availability right now. So if you need support, do not wait for December. Don't wait for next year. Don't wait for Q4. You need this right now. So go to kickstartaccountinginc.com. And there's a blue button that says book a call, and you can come and talk to the team, and we will get you set up and ready so that you can close out this year strong as well.
Right. And remember, booking a discovery call is completely free to you. So I know sometimes people get confused over that. So booking a discovery call, we can learn a little bit more about you and your business, and we can get right to it.
I think one of the things that I've heard several times recently is also, we don't lock our clients into long-term contracts with it, which I think is really unique. 30 days notice if, we want to do business with people who want to do business with us. So if you came on board and either weren't happy or decided to take it internal, whatever the story might be, you are not locked in. We've had clients who have been part of this firm since the beginning. So I know that you will be happy once you get here, but just know that there's, you're not locked into anything. I'm not putting you in jail. You can walk back out anytime you maintain your freedom. Yes.
But we also don't think you'll want to leave once you get started.
Yeah, no, you'll ask to stay. All right. Thank you.
All right. Thanks.